Hey everyone, this is going to be a quick, simple jack-o'-lantern pattern. This is actually going to start off with a very simple sketch. Ignore these bottom curves, but this C shape right here is what you start off with. We're going to revolve this, and then we're going to pattern the revolve. So just getting into a new file here for you to see it from the beginning. You're going to draw on the front plane, activate a sketch, click the front on the view cube to spin this thing, and you're going to use a 3-point arc. Make sure you're on the very first arc. If you've ever used other arcs, you might be in a different arc. You want a 3-point arc, and you're going to start on the center plane line, go as horizontal as you can out to the left, and then just pull up a bit. And then you're going to do another arc from here downwards, straight down. You should get an indicator line that you're vertical with those 2 points. Pull a shape like this. A pumpkin isn't a perfect, curvature to it. It's got all kinds of imperfections and stuff, and you can get a little bit more realistic looking by doing something along the lines of this. You're going to take that 3 set of arcs and use this offset tool to make a copy parallel to that curvature, and you can pull this out a little bit. That's going to be the wall of the pumpkin. Okay, and then you close these shapes in, or these lines in, by just using a straight line connection between the 2 different arcs there. Hit the escape to get rid of that line, or right click and hit escape, and you'll then take this revolve command. It should highlight the shape. If it didn't highlight the shape, you've got to click in here and highlight it. Then you choose revolve axis on this red bar and select a vertical line here. It's going to go all the way around like that to begin with. You're going to change this from a full revolve to a one direction revolve and change this to 40 degrees. You have the slice of pumpkin now at this point. Now what you're going to do is put some rounded edges on parts of the pumpkin here using a fillet. I would say give it a shot at 5 millimeters. Depends on how big you made this. Is going to determine whether or not you can put a big measurement or a smaller measurement on there. You might have to reduce the size of this to work. But you want pretty good rounded edge. So 5 millimeters for me is a good measurement here. And then leave it, just do these top parts and then leave it sort of flatten out on the bottom there. So that's the next step. And then you're going to go into your circular pattern command here. When you have your parts or features menu, you're going to click on this slice of pumpkin. You're going to click in this red bar where it says axis of pattern. You're going to click on this vertical edge, either top or bottom. And it's going to start with 4 at 360 degrees around. It's going to space 4 out. You want to go to 9. Enter. And that's going to give you that general shape. And you can highlight these by clicking the first one. You can click through them manually, or you can hold shift down and click the first and the last one. It's going to select everything. Right click on it at the edit appearance and change that to your orange. Then we're going to go to the front plane. I'm going to just look straight at the front plane. And to draw this face that we're going to cut out for our jack-o'-lantern here, we're going to take the circular pattern, right click on it and hit suppress, and it's going to show you this front plane without that pattern. So you're going to be able to then sketch on this front plane, draw whatever it is you want to make as a face for your pumpkin. Eyeball it to begin with. You can go back in here and move it around when you're done. You just hit the L button, turn your line on, get a plus cursor there. Remember, it's symmetric about the center line here, so you can go. You don't want it to be like perfect because then it's not as realistic. Jack-o'-lantern is definitely like make it hand cut. They shouldn't be identical eyes and stuff, kind of a thing. You can do whatever you want with a mouth, teeth. Keep it simple or make it complex. It's up to you. Your level of artwork. We'll just see what this looks like when it's done. This is just going to end up being a cut out of a funny looking mouth. So right now that's going down the center of this thing. You'll see we're going to extrude it and remove the material. We're going to want to flip it again back towards us and pull it out far enough to cut through the outside of the pumpkin, whatever that measurement might be. Um, when you finish that, you're not going to see anything until you unsuppress this. All right, and that extrude didn't work. So what we're going to have to do is, it is coming through here, but what's going on is it's trying to figure out what it's got to cut through. It's saying merge scope. If you click this merge scope thing and you click these shapes out here, it's telling the program that's what you're trying to cut through with that blind remove of those tools. So that's then going to give you your trimmed out face. Now, if you want to go back in here, you can just double click on that sketch. You can leave it just like this if you want to now, because it's easy enough to pull these lines around. And you're working right through to the center front plane that you can see. You can go in and you can easily adjust any of this stuff or edit and make the design different however you might want to. Yeah. I'm not the best freehand artist on the planet, so hopefully you get the point. You should make a couple of adjustments here. Remember, looking straight at it is going to give you the best view, so I'm just trying to bring these eyes down a little bit. Okay. Hey, you can get as creative as you want. That's just a fun design to make it look better when you're done. We're still going to do some more work, and we're going to need the front plane to put like a top on this thing. There's a bunch of different ways we can go ahead and get a stem on that, but for now that's a good intro video for just a basic simple setting up a jack-o'-lantern. You can go back into the sketch one, you can play with these arcs, you can change everything, modify things, just get to the point where, see, that actually, whatever I just did there made it look like a much more realistic pumpkin, um, except for over here trim the eye in a funny way. And you can go back into all these commands, make changes, play a bit, and get a basic start like this. There's also a video in the classroom that I put that was just an inspiration to this, what I just showed you here. And what I'm looking for primarily is for everybody to get their images of recent projects updated in their Google Slides so I can see your work for grades and whatever it is, all the way up through personal choice design work. I want it all in there. But here's a wrap for that jack-o'-lantern video. I'll come back with a stem in a minute. Bye, guys.